Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing? Hope you're keeping warm wherever you are. Below zero temperatures today here with even colder wind chills. So I'm on the couch with an electric blanket over me. It's cold. I can't get it warm in here. I hope you're all well. Thought I'd come on today and do a twin flame reading. I've had this song, this like worm ear thing going on. I can't get it out of my head. Thought I woke up hearing it this morning, but I realized I went to bed hearing it. And it's a 1978 song. You know me, I'm a 70s girl. And it's by John Paul Young. It's called Love is in the Air. Everywhere he looks, love is in the air. So I don't think it's just because it's, February coming up. It's just feels like there's been a shift this past week. So we're just gonna tap in and see. That's another thing. I've had to remind myself to release the stress, right? Release any kind of intensity going through my body. Astrology is off the charts right now, and February is not going to be gentle. But it can be depending on how you maneuver it, right? All right, so with love is in the air, yeah, throat chakra wants to come out. Major arcana for this collective energy is there's wanting to be some communication. There's a lot to say, and I feel that what gets said shifts the trajectory, shifts the dynamic one way or another. It's like either you'll receive this information or this communication, and you'll know how to move forward on your own path, right? It's a 5, so there is shift, there's change coming with that. Let's see what the minor arcana theme for the twin flame collective is. Are they all? Oh, I've got some reversals in here. I'm gonna keep them. So let's see. Again, I'm just being reminded, just remember to exhale. It's like the collective has been holding their breath for a very long time, and now it's time to exhale. It's time to remember to continue to exhale so we can move those energies through us. There's going to be a lot this February moving around us. So we keep talking about February. So let's make this a February read, right? Where are we going for the Twin Flame Collective Spirit as we move into February? Because I'm recording this on the 30th of January of 2026. Whenever you find this, minor arcana is the Six of Swords. Yes, Six of Swords, moving on in the reverse. So this communication that comes through, it could show you where things may still be out of balance in the connection within yourself, with your own divine, your feminine and masculine energies, of course. There could be this desire to express how I wish things were different kind of energy is what I'm feeling. Because we have a full moon in Leo on February 1st. It's coming Sunday. Let's get some moonology messages and how this moon is going to assist this connection. I've got to have a sip of coffee. I'm freezing. Really just gotta want to hold it in my hands. I do want to take this time to say, if you're interested in a private reading, please do reach out. My calendar is open. I can do either a live one-on-one video chat. You're going to want to block out at least 2 hours of time with me, because private readings do last a lot longer than a video. But I can also record a video, and that still would be quite long, an hour, hour and a half, depending on what spirit wants to bring through. But you get a lot of information. You get a lot of guidance. You get a lot of where you need to be. See, my throat is and I just realized, both of these cards are the blue throat chakra energy. If you can see, the moving on is a blue, darker blue card, but it's so there's a lot that wants to come through. So let's get on with it. Where was I saying? Yeah, I can still record a reading for you. You do get a lot for the price that you pay, and my goal is always that you leave the reading with more clarity, with more understanding, and maybe with some more hope for your journey, right? But I do know there are a lot of people out there right now feeling a bit lost on their journey, whether you're twin flame or not. And it's because, we're still in the shift of, we've got Neptune has entered Aries, but Saturn hasn't met up with Aries yet, with Neptune in Aries yet. And that'll happen on February 20th, right after we have our first eclipse, solar eclipse, new moon eclipse, and in Aquarius. And see what happens on the 17th as well. Oh, the year of the snake ends and we enter the year of the horse. So it's like, for some of us, it's going to be like shooting out of the gate, ready to go full force. And for others, it's going to be a little more of a trickle. You probably hear that in the background. Luna's ball is probably trapped by over by her litter box in the corner, and she will do what she can to get it out. So your commitment is being tested, is one theme coming in. So yeah, so I feel like this communication is really, I'm getting it right now. Is like so many questions. It might bring up more questions, like some questions get answered, but then it creates more questions for you. Nothing is yet set in stone. Transitory phase is what I'm hearing. Transitory phase. So whatever occurs this month, remember that it's not the end to everything. It's just this new phase. Because remember, we are shifting energies, right? Neptune and Saturn, shifting from Pisces into Aries. Aries is more action-driven and fiery and doing what's for your highest good. Of course, we always strive to do that, but we're going to really feel the push to do that. No matter where our divine counterpart is sitting in their journey, and but it's gonna give you some ideas of what you need to work on, what you need to move through, what you need to transcend. So, and and a fiery climax approaches. Full moon in Aries. Now we're talking about Aries energies, right? So there you go. We have it right there. Aries energies fully showing up in full force here. Climax could be an ending. Typically signifies an ending to something. But the beautiful thing about that is it clears the path so the next step can be taken, right? Where are we going, Spirit? connective energy. We're going to check in with the connective energy first. So the union energy, using the Mythic Tarot. I'm hearing something about getting all the ducks in a row. Yeah, I feel like that throat chakra card is very, very important for the next turning of the page. I do want to say, for some of you, you may have already had this communication, and it may have left you feeling like nothing's changed, nothing's going to be moving forward. But Spirit is saying with it, nothing is yet set in stone. Is like, don't stay there. You know, it's like, again, it's not the end all be to, how's that saying go? End all be all? I don't know. It's not the end of, it's the end of the old versions of you and your divine masculine, your divine feminine, which however you relate. And yes, we've got to, you know, maybe work through that and transcend that and grieve that even. But it's not the end. I mean, let's be honest, a twin flame connection can never end. The physical 3D experience shifts as we shift our energy, right? So let's take a look here. Show me what the collective connective energy is. Knight of Pentacles, needing to go very slowly, but determined, determinedly. Is that the word? What's up, Luna? Did you lose it? The Magician. Yes, starting out a new chapter, very powerful, but knowing that, feeling that we need to really take things one step at a time. Can't really rush into it, even though these energies coming up this year are going to feel like they want to push us, you know, really past our comfort zone. And where we've been the last few years is facing our comfort zone and facing that fear and doing it anyway, but doing it in a very methodical way, coming from a space of wisdom and knowledge. You've got all the tools that you need. Remember to stay connected to Source and to Mother Earth. It's the opportunity coming in for these twin flame Spirit. Nine of Swords. Yeah, it could be a lot of mental chatter going on. We do have so much going on right now. I know Mercury is, well, we will have our first Mercury retrograde of the year coming up in February too, along with an eclipse, along with, you know, a new moon. We've got the full moon on the 1st. So it's like, I feel like, you know, I know February is only like 2 or 3 days shorter than most months, but it feels so much shorter to me, at least. So it's like, you know, are we running out of time? You know, how do I move through this? What do I do about this? There's going to be a lot of ruminating going on. A lot of mental chatter. I want to say, don't let other people's stuff, for lack of a better word, get in your head about this. Because I'm really focused on how these entities are up here, you know, chit-chatting and trying to convince this energy down here, this person down here, to, it's like confusion. It's like, and he's like, you know what, I don't want to hear it. I can't hear this anymore. It's the old stuff. I'm not dealing with the old stuff. I'm new. I'm the Magician. I'm ready for a new path. I'm determined to walk a new path. And you can't get into my head, but I'm going to tell you they're going to try. What else, Spirit? Knight of Wands. There's that fast, fiery energy. Could be Sagittarius energy. Um, it's just taking moves toward a new direction. This conversation may come in very, very quickly. Get another one here. Thank you. Oh, yeah, I didn't know there were two there. Two of Wands and Five of Pentacles came out together. This is like moving, taking the opportunity to move. Come on. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi, Luna. Okay, move over here. Am I sitting in your spot? Taking the opportunity to, whatever you feel this shift is for you, it's definitely going to be a shift in the physical with that Five of Pentacles. And it definitely feels like it opens up a new pathway for you. Yeah, there's that communication, Eight of Wands, another Knight of Wands, Eight of Wands, another energy of fast moving, of fast movement here. But I want to say, yes, we want to take one step at a time, but don't take too long. Don't run and hide from it like the Hierophant is here in the cave, not really showing himself. There's something about don't wait too long here, because the energy is going to need you to move. And moving forward, future energy. Well, this wants to come out. Tower. I got another one sticking up here, and Death. Two major arcana. So this is no small thing here. This is big stuff. This could be finally aha moments, as to how this is transforming. It's whatever. I'm really that throat chakra card keeps drawing my eye. I keep seeing it out of the corner of my eye. And Luna is looking right at it. What are you doing? I tell you, she's so sweet. But yeah, what's coming in for you and how you move forward is gonna be surprising. For some, it could be a little bit of a shock and awe, but the old foundations are transforming. They've changed. So I had a conversation through text message with Sadie from Yin Reiki Light yesterday, and what channeled through, because she asked me how I was doing after we got all the 3D stuff out of the way. And I really had to think about that. But what I was being shown was quite brilliant, actually. It's like I was being handed a puzzle in a box. And all these pieces, are all mishmashed and all over the place. Well, how do you do a puzzle? Well, I was taught, most people that I know were taught to do the outside. Set your foundation first. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to set the foundation one brick at a time, right? Because, and here's a great thing that I got in later on as a download was some of those pieces of the puzzle in that box are going to be pieces from the past. They're going to be old pieces. And the great thing about it is, we get to choose. How I explained it to Sadie was, I get to choose where those pieces fit. It's like they'll morph and grow and expand with me as I go along, I guess I could say. But I get to choose where they fit and whether or not they fit. So some of those old pieces, we're building the new foundation. Some of them are going to we'll be transforming, taking some of the old foundation bricks and transforming them. I don't know if it's like building on them, making them stronger, breaking them down because they don't fit at all anymore. So yeah, I just feel I want to say definitely it's going to be different for everyone, and I know I say that a lot, but take this, however it resonates for your own personal story, but please don't make it fit if it doesn't. but this collective that I'm channeling is definitely going through some shifts. I am noticing that um, the majority of figures in this spread here are masculine male energies, right? So our inner masculine is going through a transformation, where we can um, learn to trust ourselves again. Magician, we have to trust the tools that we've got. We have to trust the experiences and the lessons we've learned from them, right? So then how to use discernment and how to implement that moving forward. So there's definitely a beautiful transformation happening here. Fiery climax approaches with the tower. I do want to say that I'm not saying it's going to be an end to the connection. Twin flames, we cannot disconnect from that energy, but an end to an old version, like I said before, an old version of ourselves, an old version of that connection. I have been blessed with an opportunity to sit with my own divine masculine and witness some shifts in him as well as myself, as how I responded or not, to some old things that were coming up. So it gave me a clearer picture. But I do want to admit that at first it was like, oh, this could never work. I was still controlling. I was still having some expectations, even though I felt so totally surrendered. There's that, we're human form. We've got the human egoic mind. There was some looking for similar patterns, and if they showed up, it was like, nope, that's not going to work if that shows up. Well, this is about getting out of our own way, right? And the universe is helping us do that with the tower, because this connection, these dynamics need to shift. They need to be transformed into something brand new, right? Because the old system doesn't work anymore. I am going to the divine masculine next. Let's move this over here. I'm using a smaller table today. Got Luna sitting here enjoying the heat from the electric blanket. I feel so bad. I mean, I don't know what more I can do to warm it up in here. Kind of hard when it's freezing outside. Oh, is it snowing? No, it's not snowing now. It was earlier. So we have had, from last weekend, last Sunday, which was only 5 days ago, we have had 36 inches of snow. 3 feet. Not all at once, 2 feet at once, but the other foot has come in other smaller little showers of, lake effect snow. So it's been wild. I haven't seen snow like this since probably like 2014 around here. Okay, well, my hope deck is in reverse, so I'm going to change it. And we've got the divine masculine coming right out. Aries energy, fully stepping into his power. Some of them may be starting some new entrepreneurial adventures is what I'm hearing. Fiery energy. Sorry, Luna. Ooh, look at that. Hierophant. Wow. 2 major arcanas for this divine masculine. 3 major arcanas. This divine masculine is receiving messages about moving forward from spirit. Connecting in to a higher power. For some of them, I do gotta say this, as I always do, they may be in a 3rd dimensional marriage that they're either moving out of, or at the very least shifting gears. but definitely seeing things from a higher perspective, it feels like. Where is this divine masculine in his heart space when it comes to this connection? Wanting to start something new, learning a lot about himself and about the connection. Page of Pentacles. I love the serene look on her face. Can you see that? I know there's a glare, and my hands are really shaky today. But she's just like very, I don't know, do I want to use the word content? But at the very least, wanting to make a change in the physical, because it's the pentacle, wanting to make some physical changes in their life, in this connection, how they feel. It's like just ready for something new, wanting something fresh, something tender. Where are they in their headspace when it comes to this connection? Ooh, we've got 3. Wow. Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, another third dimensional physical reality energy, and the High Priestess. Where they are in their mind spaces, they're this specific divine masculine collective I'm tapping into right now is tapping into their higher self, their intuition. They're getting clear on what they want in their life. They're getting clear on how they want to communicate. Oh, shoot. Well, I stand corrected. Thank you, Spirit. This is the Star card because I've got the High Priestess on the bottom of the deck. I'm going to take her because that's the energy I was feeling. Oh, look at this Major Arcanas. Wow. Temperance underneath that. But yeah, definitely. So they've been through some healing. They may right now in their mind space be receiving those messages and how to implement them through, into the physical. It's like taking the higher self and bringing it down, right? But there's hope for this connection. I love that Temperance showed up and then the Star card because they both have they're both pouring elements into, she's got the water and he's got the cauldron. Always Archangel Michael's energy coming through. I know it's feminine energy here, but we've got his deck here for our final messages too. But yeah, so in the mind space, this divine masculine is tapping into their intuition. They're receiving downloads, getting some clarity from spirit, maybe even some loved ones coming through to them, guiding them, maybe meeting their guides for the first time for some of them. But they're in that transitory phase, like it came through earlier, of how do I take what I'm receiving and express that outward, right? But there's an opportunity to come through and really speak some truths, some very shocking truths, because these are lightning bolts here, and very, we have the Tower, so very shocking, very surprising communication wanting to come through, of how do we implement this? How do we make it down this path together? And so I feel like this divine masculine is certainly, or this collective is actually thinking about how to make this happen. And they're receiving the guidance. So the divine masculine has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards out of 7, 8 cards with 2 aces and a beautiful new beginning here. Very gentle, very slow. It's okay. They want to get it right this time. You know, they know they can't rush into it like that Knight of Wands energy. They've got to do the Knight of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. They've got to do one thing at a time. Maybe some of this one thing at a time, some of those steps are, I'm hearing fixing what they broke. Oh, hello. Well, we'll take those. Whatever they are, they want to speak. Yes. Lovers in the Four of Cups. They've made a decision that where they're at, wherever they're at in their own lives, if they're in a connection with another, or just the connection with themselves, is there's something lacking here. There's definitely something lacking. There's discontent. There's boredom. We've got the Five of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. They did come out in reverse, so let's read them in reverse. So this is releasing any pettiness, any judgment. I'm hearing any judgment. This card flipped out, yes. So Divine Masculine's got 3 aces. Ready to speak their truth, ready to do it in the third dimension, and not just telepathically. There's some passion brewing under the surface, for sure. Maybe that's where that "Love is in the Air" song comes from. Yeah. Let's just leave it there. Yeah, and I was just gonna say, you're on their mind, and there you are. You're on their mind. You're always in the energy. I love this. Of course you are, right? You're the same thing. You're the same spark. 2 of Wands, new direction. Some of these Divine Masculines may be concerned that they need to make a move before their Divine Feminine moves in a different direction. We've got the Strength. It's just, I mean, I could keep going on the bottom of the deck, but I won't. So this Divine Masculine has certainly got the Divine Feminine on their mind, hoping that they can move together in a new direction. I feel like I want to also say that there's a realization here that the Divine Feminine has been guiding them all along. It's like some of them may be realizing that now. Boy, they've got a lot they want to say. There's a lot of throat chakra stuff going on with me right now. Let's take a look at the Divine Feminine energy. Divine Feminine, where are you currently? King of Pentacles, 7 of Wands, protecting herself. Protecting herself. Not in the old way is what I'm hearing. It's like there's been some really beautiful, healthy boundaries set, and the Divine Feminine knows she's solid, she's good, she's the King of Pentacles, you know, really in tune with her inner masculine energy, and knows that as she walks this path, she's got to be very diligent and precarious. Precarious, is that the right word? Diligent, because the path may be precarious coming up, where she's looking to walk over these bamboo sticks across the river here, which is, it looks kind of calm, but it's not completely calm. So but she's got balance. So she's got this bamboo stick that she's, you know, like a tightrope walker has the stick to keep their balance. She's learned how to keep her balance during some turbulent times, really implementing those healthy boundaries. But you know, she's aware of how her self-love is so important that she has to, it's like it's not something you just do one day and then you forget about it. This is something that she's learned that she's got to do on a minute to minute basis and throughout her life, with the people that she interacts with the conversations she has, the things that she does. She's always got to keep her energy clear and balanced and protected from energies that aren't favorable for her, right? But she's very solid, nurturing herself. She's got the Page of Pentacles. And look, it feels like she's dreaming of this new start. She's looking at this new thing, you know, whether it's, you know, with the Divine Masculine, or could be a new project for some of you. And it's happy. She's seen its potential. I got these two that came out too. Spirit saying not taken out. So, okay. Put them back in the deck. Where else is this? Okay, yep, there we go. Ace of Cups. Yeah, her heart is open. She's ready for a new love experience. Oh, very interesting. I've got the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. I've got two things coming through here. One thing is Divine Feminine is recognizing that she has put in enough work up to this point. She's very confident in the work that she's done. The other thing that I'm getting through is, it goes along with that Seven of Wands. She is loving herself so much that she does not engage with anything that drains her energy. Yeah. Where is she in her heart space when it comes to this connection with her Divine Masculine, please, Spirit? Thank you. My hands are so cold, I can barely hold my Tower. She's ready for excitement. She's ready to set a new foundation. I also got the Knight of Swords coming out here. She's got a lot to say herself. She's got a lot to say herself. She's very mindful of, I gotta say, for, I don't know if you're feeling this or not, but it's what I'm feeling with these cards is she's in her heart space. She's really fighting some anger, some old anger. She's letting it die though. Because it's part of the old foundation, and she's moving away from that. But I do want to say in the heart space, she's ready for a new adventure. She's ready to build, and she's I mean, she's the Divine Feminine saying, I was ready yesterday. I was ready yesterday. But I don't know, that Knight of Swords just has a different feel to it. Ooh, you're staticky, Luna. Talk to me about this Knight of Swords. Is there anything else that can come through for this? Why is this Knight of Swords here in her heart space? She's very clear that she doesn't want the old foundation. She's very clear, or becoming clear at the very least, of what, of how the connection with the Divine Masculine was built before. It's like seeing the faulty foundation. Still want to clarify. Queen of Wands. Yeah. Taking back her power from energy that it just feels like it's very, do I want to use the word separate? It's divorced from her. Interesting phrase to use, but this Knight of Swords feels empowered, but it also has an undertone of some old anger. Maybe that comes with the communication that comes through, and, you know, that first thought of, oh, this isn't moving forward, you know. So I've got to move forward myself, you know, continue to move forward for yourself, for sure, Divine Feminine. Take your power back. Lead by example. Yeah, I'm not getting anything else. There just feels like there's this undertone with that Knight of Swords. If she's not careful, she could be very cutting with her words, and I feel like that's an old version of her that's crumbling, so she can rise into this more of this Queen of Wands. It doesn't feel like a very large part. Where is she in her mind space when it comes to this connection? Well, that was quick. She's conflicted. 5 of Wands, very conflicted. I kind of like when he had over here this, even though it wasn't in his mind space, this 5 of Swords and the 4 of Pentacles. There's other people in this Knight of Swords here in the collective. There's other people that are energetically influencing this. Talk to me about that, Spirit. More people than she realized, that people that have been on her path, and she might not known why they were on her path. Yeah, choosing to walk away from that, making choices for her own highest good, not falling into that fray of other people's energy, really doing some cord cutting and decrees and things like that. If you don't know Sadie from Yin Reiki Light, she's got a beautiful cord cutting decree. I'm sure it's on one of her playlists somewhere. But if you can't find it, please reach out. I do have it written down. I can screenshot it for you and send it off. But it's very important to continue to keep your energy clear. And again, that I feel like that's where this feminine is right now. Mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. It's like she's working diligently to just keep her energy clear so she can move forward and receive whatever she's meant to receive, and take it, do whatever she's meant to do with it, and then to move forward. She knows who drains her energy and who does not. Sometimes we have to be around people who drain our energy. So it's like, it's a lot of work to be in those spaces, right? And she's just, you know what she's doing? Plain and simple. I can just sum this up all in one thing with 2 cards. She's choosing love. First and foremost, she's choosing love. That's all that matters. All this, that's why this other stuff feels like an undercurrent. It's nonsense, really. When you really look at it, it doesn't have the impact that we can make it, or we can believe it has, but it really doesn't have as much impact on us anymore. And maybe that's why the Tower is here, because that structure, that framework is being dismantled right now. And out of that framework, because the Divine Feminine is choosing love and love only, you know, not ignoring angry words or anger or frustration, not ignoring any of that, but she's choosing to look at it, number one, and to rise above it, to transcend it, to use it to her advantage. Moving forward for the Divine Feminine. Shall we give her some privacy? Oh, I'm so happy she came into my life. Yeah. Moving forward for the Divine Feminine. Let's get a couple cards. I don't want to look at that till I get a few more cards out. Thank you. Turn that over. Oh, one more. Thank you. Moving forward. Oh, Knight of Cups, Two of Cups, Queen of Swords. I'm hearing the word receptivity. She's very clear. Her energy is clear. See, she's playing the drum, and the drum clears the energy, clears any lower energies out from her field, helps keep her mind clear. I like this Queen of Swords. I typically don't like the King and Queen of Swords, but I like this depiction of her. She's very empowered. She's not cutting. She's clear. Using her discernment. Two of Cups, Knight of Cups. There's love coming in. There's connection coming in. Someone could be the Divine Masculine, could be someone else, but someone who's choosing to move toward her, and she's keeping herself open. Oh, he just fell off. Well, for some of you, you may have somebody leaving your life so a new connection can come in. A connection that's clear, a connection that's aligned, a connection that's reciprocal, a connection that really lights you up, right? Now, I know some of you don't feel that you could be with another while you still love your divine counterpart, but I want to ask you a question. Well, is it a question? I don't know if it's a question. I want to say something. You're always going to love your divine masculine or your divine feminine, however you relate to these energies. You're always going to love them. But if Spirit blesses you with bringing in someone else, male, female, friend, potential, lover potential, whatever it is, if you're so blessed, then why not see where that goes? The love that you have for your divine masculine is actually the love that you have for yourself. It just feels like because they hold a part of that love, your love, in them, we always project onto that person, right? They've been holding that love safe so you can return and come home to it, right? That's another conversation. There's some new downloads that are coming in, but yeah, I want to say for who, this Divine Feminine Collective, your divine counterpart could be coming in, and if they do, then you're seeing very clearly how the dynamic is shifting, right? You're seeing very clearly. And if you've got that opportunity to question, how can this work? It's just getting out of an old mindset. I just feel like I have a conversation that wants to come through that's not for here. And I don't know what that's about. I'm waiting to hear if they say anything more. For some of you, you do have someone else that wants to come in and express how they feel about you. They may be offering, it doesn't have to be a romantic partnership. It could be a friendship. you know, I want to say, even with, if this is your divine masculine coming in, it could simply be you're recognizing where a new friendship is forming. I feel I said that the last twin flame video I did about a new friendship between the counterparts beginning. So keep, you know, Queen of Swords, keeping the open mind, being clear, using your discernment. Just be, I'm going to put a little asterisk here, just be aware of whether or not you're still putting walls up. If these are truly healthy boundaries, you will be able to receive the messages and receive your counterpart's energy very clearly. But if they're walls, you're going to have all these questions come up in your mind, all these negative questions. That's how you recognize your resistance. Feeling lost is another form of resistance, because it just means that you're disconnected from your higher self, from your source. So, but the Queen of Swords in this coming out here, she's very clear. She's got her eye on a goal, a journey, a path. And how she's sitting, how the Queen of Swords is sitting, she's looking directly over to the divine masculine. And, oh, I love this. And he is looking directly at her. I like that. So it feels like, so her cards aren't very, oh, he's got a lot of major arcana. He's got 3 aces. So the divine masculine energy and the masculine within ourselves is really going through an upgrade right now. I am aware that the Ace of Cups isn't over here, but it's over here. So that just tells me that the divine feminine is open to receive the love, and it's perfect because the masculine energy is what implements it. It's the taskmaster, right? So I like that display of energies here. 9 of Cups on the bottom of her deck, High Priestess, and the 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, just there's something that she intuitively has sensed is moving toward her for a really long time. Anywhere else I want to go with this, Spirit? I don't think so. I just want to get final messages from Archangel Michael Oracle in regards to this collective connection. What is your guidance, please? So throughout the, right now, or, throughout the month of February, you're going to be given opportunities to speak your truth. You're going to be given opportunities to really fully understand that one situation doesn't mean it's the whole thing. It's just one piece of that puzzle, right? And remember, something does have to close out so something new can begin. But definitely communication coming through. I don't have it over here. Shoot. Okay, well, we'll forget that right now. Archangel Michael, what are your guidance messages, please, for this? Guarded and protected. Thank you for protecting my loved ones and me, ensuring that we're safe and that all our needs are met. I now accept your help gratefully and gracefully, knowing that it's right for me and all others to accept heavenly assistance. There's that 7 of Wands and the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Call in your guides. Ask them for help. especially with discernment, whether or not your healthy boundaries are actually healthy boundaries or if they're still walls. Be gentle with yourself. Archangel Michael, please guide me in treating myself with gentle, nurturing love in everything I think, speak, and do. Help me to know that I deserve this compassion. I release any feelings of guilt to you so that I may experience lasting inner peace. Yeah. If you need to rest, rest. If you need to distance yourself from energies that seem to really drain you, do that. If you need to speak your truth, do it from the heart space. But be gentle. Don't put, this is not a month. This month, these energies are going to put a lot of pressure on us, but this is the month to be discerning, to not put that pressure on ourselves. And remember, we got all our guides and our spirit team and our loved ones that can come in and assist us in any way that we need to. Right? Well, and here you go. An eternal love. Just remember that this connection, it is an energetic connection first and foremost. It's about balancing your inner masculine and feminine energies with the inner feminine and masculine energies of your divine masculine or feminine, however you resonate. And that love is eternal. But I also want to say this is about tapping into the God source, whatever it is that you believe out there, the eternal love that has created all of this, right? The prayer is, help me perceive all of the love that surrounds me so that I can feel safe receiving, expressing, and giving love. And I feel like that's where the divine feminine really is. She does. She feels safe in expressing herself right now. I do feel like she's in a better space to handle the outside noise, but I do want to say that there are other energies that are, it's just, I don't know what I'm picking up over here. I don't know how to express it. I don't know what words to use. I cannot put my finger on it. Maybe it'll come out for another time, but don't put too much pressure on yourself. Whatever happens this month, whatever is happening now, whatever happened in January, don't put so much pressure on yourself, on your counterpart. I love seeing the cards for the Divine Masculine because it's very powerful, actually. Anything else, Spirit? Nope, that's a wrap. That's what they said. That's a wrap. Yeah, all right. I'm going to leave it there. I hope this, hope you got something out of this. Again, let me know if you want a private reading. Email will be in the description box below. And yeah, take care of yourself. Clear your energy, clear your space, clear your vehicle. Sage, 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 sage. And just let the energies move through you. When you need to do something with them, Spirit will let you know. All right? I'm going to leave it there. Take care of yourselves. I love you. We'll see you next time.